Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be considering the editing interface in CapCut Mobile. So you have a bunch of things going on the screen currently. You can see I'm already playing sorry about that, I'm already playing a video. I already have a project open. And so first things first, at the top you could see a few settings and then the video playback. That's your canvas where the video plays onto, and then the play and pause button, a few buttons, the full screen button, the unlink button. We're going to be considering all that, of course, and then the lower portion, just beneath that is the time code. That's the playhead. That's the white strip line. That's called the playhead. And a few things by the side, the frames of the video, and beneath that you have the tools. Okay, so first things first, at the top left corner, I tapped on the question mark, and that takes you to Help Center. And the Help Center in CapCut Mobile or the PC version is where you find topics, you find questions, right? Where you could actually find help. You know, you have a guide, you want to ask questions, or you want to see frequently asked questions and responses and all that. You get help there. Next is the Ultra HD, right? That's a drop down menu. So you could see that there's a number of things here. Now, firstly, you have the Ultra HD Pro. That's only available for Pro. That's only available for Pro. Next thing on the left side, you can see I just tapped on GIF. Now that's if you're exporting your video as a GIF for you to export on, send around on social media. Now ideally it's usually on 240p. You could go on 480p. 6040p is usually too high, but that's only available on Pro. So back to video. Ultra HD, remember I said it's only on Pro. Now resolution, you have the option of 480p and 720p. Okay. Frame rates, you have the option of 24, 25, 30, 50, 60. The code rate, that's also called the bit rate. Okay, it's measured in mbps, that's megabytes per second, and you have options of low, recommended, and high. And then there's the smart HDR. Now you need to, yeah, you can see, of course, you could, switch through for the frame rates. You can switch through whatever frame rate on the free version. For the bit rate, of course, you can do the same. And then smart HDR, convert your clip to HDR. HDR means high dynamic range, where, if you have videos or let's say a frame where the highlights are like really, really high, like they're almost blown out, like very bright portions and really, really dark portions on the same frame. The HDR tries to, enhance both sides, try to create a balance so you can still retain details in the far darks, the black parts of your screen, and also the white parts of your screen. Or you need not bother yourself about these things, because in the very next section I'm going to be explaining these in details. Okay, so make sure you hold on to that portion. All right, so you could see below you have more CapCut settings on desktop. That's just a few more settings, but we're not bothering ourselves with all that because this video is directed towards CapCut Mobile, and these settings that are available are the most important that you need to create a wonderful video, a reel, or whatever it is, something on the go, social media, and even professional work as well. It is important to note that every video is basically a sequence of digital photos with audio playing beneath. Now, if we slow down the 1 second the 1 second footage, what we have is a series of photos progressing. All right. Now, these are 24 frames in 1 second, 24 photos in 1 second. Now, in the case where we have 120 frames per second, right? We have 120 photos in the space of 1 second. That makes the video even smoother. But then the motion wouldn't look as smooth as you would see with your natural eyes. The application of the higher frame rates mostly suffices when you're trying to achieve slow motion videos. Video resolution is the number of pixels that are displayed in a given area of your video. It's usually characterized by the height and width. Okay, so you have multiple sizes. So think of this as the screen size. Now it's characterized by 720p, 1080p, 210, that's 2K, that's 2160, that's 2K, and then even 4K. Now you can see these are various clips. Now we have the 1080p, 4K, and 8K. Now you can see the difference when you begin to zoom, you find out that you have way more resolution. Both of these videos are 4K, however, one has a higher bitrate and the other has a lesser bitrate. Now, the bitrate is the amount of space taken up by each frame in your video, and it's measured in megabits per second. Now, the higher bitrate would always look better than the lower bitrate. That's why you can have a GoPro, for example, a GoPro camera, right? Action camera, looking way better than the cheaper action cameras that you get on the internet, because those cameras possess a very low bitrate. And that's why your uploaded social media videos look worse than they look on your phone originally, because the social media platforms compress the bitrate for the sake of space. All right. So next is the canvas area. Now you can see it's in 9:16. There are different aspect ratios, so just leave that. We're going to talk about that in subsequent videos when we talk about the aspect ratios. And you can see that button, right? This button that has the two squares, right now it's off on, right? There's a linked text where you can link effects. Now we're definitely going to talk about this in later videos, because at this point we need to understand the interface. So, but a brief overview is that whenever that is activated, right, whatever text or sticker you have on a separate layer of your video. Okay, for example, let's just go ahead and do that. I'm going to put in a sticker, right? So I'm just going to pick a random sticker. I will place the random sticker on the clip. Now we have it toggled off at the moment, so see what happens. I'm going to create a split point. Now, if you don't understand this, hang on, we're still going to talk about video clipping and all that. Now, once I create a split point, right, I can trim and it doesn't affect. But the moment I turn it on, once I trim the video on top, that's the original video, it also trims with every other thing. It's like you link the stickers, text, and all that. You're trying to map it to the very same point. Okay. Sorry, let me take that off. Okay, right now it's on. So if I trim, it trims along with every other thing that is overlaid on the video. So it's like you're merging those layers together, right? You see, you can merge until you take it out completely. It's etched onto the time code, right? So that comes in very handy when you are making when you're doing edits. These little things are very important when you're working with CapCut, because they can mess up your editing and they can make your editing like really, really smooth. All right. So you can see I'm moving through this is the timeline. It's called the timeline. That section is called the timeline, where you see multiple frames of your video. Like we already established, your video is essentially multiple pictures per second. Right, so these are so many frames lined up, so many pictures lined up with audio beneath. Okay, so the white line is the playhead, and it moves according to the time code. You can see the time code over there, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, moving all the way. Now that's all that, and you can see that once it reaches the end, it automatically stops. All right, so if it's still playing beyond this point, it means there's part of your edits that extends beyond the video. That's most likely your audio or something that extends beyond. And once you try to play at the end, it comes back to the beginning and begins to play. All right, so that's how the play pause button works. Now you can see that the first clip there says unmute. Once I tap on that, it unmutes all the clips for you. And the second is the cover. Now at this point here, literally every video has a cover. By default, the first frame is what is set as the cover, but you can actually tweak that and set a custom cover for yourself. So I could pick a point, add a text, and all that. So we're going to have most likely we're going to have a dedicated video to creating covers. Now this actually comes in very handy, for thumbnail guys, or maybe, saving in your gallery. Once you have a cover, that cover is what will be previewed in your gallery. So you can always, make distinguishing, features, so you can know what video is what from your thumbnails in your gallery and all that. At the end, once you add an ending, it adds the default CapCut ending. All right, so next, let me just quickly add in. I'll just quickly add in a video. Oh, well, when you're adding videos, when you hit on the plus button, of course, you could add videos, you could add photos, you could add live photos, depending. And then you have the recents, you have your space, your online space, and then you have your library as well. The library is the CapCut library, of course, or the, your brand images, those that you have already uploaded. Now you can access this from your computer. You could access this from whatever device you log onto CapCut with. Okay. So there are tons and tons of options over here, but as you can see, quite a number of them are only available on Pro. But yeah, of course, in the next section of our class, we have that's sorted out for you. So for those of you who are going to make it up to the next section of the class, the pro class, of course, we're going to take care of your pro subscriptions for you. All right. So, back to the timeline editor, back to your editing interface. You can see the lower part where you can see it down there. Those are your tools. These are your tools, your editing tools. So we could call this the toolbar. Okay, there are tons of features here. So every feature, every element, whatever it is you're going to be doing with your editing, you're going to find them here. So you can see under the edit, whenever you're editing, it has to be clip specific. That's why whenever you click on edit, it highlights that particular clip. Now, these edits are specific to the highlighted clip. If I highlight a separate clip, the edit is going to be added to that clip. Now, you can see audio, text, overlay, effects, captions, aspect ratio. This is the baseline tool, right? There are multiple levels. Now, once I click on overlay, it comes up. Once I click on effects, it brings the second layer. Once I click on captions, extract, all that, it brings the second level of the tools. All right, so this is text. You can see all the text. Now, are we adding text? Are we adding stickers? All that. And that is also clip specific. Okay. So if you have any questions, of course, you can let me know in the comment section below. And if you haven't subscribed, please do well to subscribe to this channel so we could also have even more videos. See you guys in the next video.